Well, good morning everyone, and like a drone swooping in on the tanks, here we have some tanks which I'd actually forgotten about. These of course are the Japanese Type 10 50-ton main battle tank-ish. It's quite an interesting concept. Now Ian has reminded me of these tanks via his comments about Civics. Now if you don't know me, I'll probably bore you, I absolutely love Type Rs. And we did have a Type R, but Budget Lady sold it to get the VRS, which is now back, because she didn't like the bone-shattering ride, and she didn't like the fact that you basically have to be in Vtec to go anywhere. The VRS is, I have to say, a better car for everyday use, but it doesn't quite have the push-on ability of the Type R. So this is like a Type R in the fact that it's very specialised product. I don't know if its ride is bone shattering, but it is very much a Japanese special, and it is one of the most advanced tanks in the world, but it only weighs 50 tons. And the reason for that is because the Japanese bridges can't take the weight of some of the NATO tanks. So if you took a Challenger 2 to Japan, you would find it couldn't go very far. And the Japanese have found this with their Type 90. Until they get bridges around the whole of Japan, and of course Japan is an island chain that can take the weight, most of the heavy tanks can't operate in the whole of Japan. So the Type 10, being lighter, can operate in the whole of Japan. It's an incredibly advanced tank. It takes the Type 74's suspension to the next level. It has a modular armour suite. So these boxes here, which contain the armour, can be swapped out or changed, or have internal armour put in them, which improves the protection level. So you can deploy the tank relatively easily to a lower threat environment, and then you can upgrade the armour. And this is perfect for my needs. So I do have some of these on trial. Now, as Bad Lieutenant's pointed out, and I agree, the more vehicles you introduce, the more supply chain issues you introduce. These are transportable in my C133Js, and of course, easily transportable in the C17. Should they be improved slightly? Well, let's see. I might take this one. This is a Fields of Glory model, I think, and this is the Yashima one. The Yashima one is a lot more technical. It has etched parts. But the Fields of Glory one are not bad models at all. In fact, I'd say they're brilliant. There is one issue though on the Fields of Glory, and that is the tracks. The tracks like to separate, as in actually coming apart. And that is a bit of a downside when you're building model tanks. So just be aware that if you do buy these. They're also really hard to get. I think the Ayashima has link tracks. Yes, it does. So the link tracks are like plastic link. So just be aware of that if you are buying this. The tracks do like to separate, and they are really hard to put back together. Now, it doesn't have a belly plate that can be quickly changed and taken off for transport, and it could have some top attack armour. Now, I haven't been able to find out about the autoloader. The Type 10 has 3 crew. So you've got the driver down here, hull front, and then you've got the commander and the gunner commander. And it does have a hunter killer system. It has a 120mm main gun, which is pretty cool. And it has a 50 cal. So can it have an RWS? Well, yes, it can. Does it have laser warning and protection systems? Yes, it does, standard. Is this the autoloader? I think that this is the autoloader, so it's placed in the turret. I think that this armour is, from all that I can read about it, optimised to deal with anti-tank guided missiles, which is good because that's the main threat now. So I may add a cope cage, let me know what you think. But I've got 4 of these already, and these are a good tank. So enter contender number 3.